would be the actualization of complacency at its maximum. And so if you were to say, like with that, with even now with a radar detector going off, it'd be acknowledging the speed limit at its full. You're saying, in the spiritual community, they acknowledge that we are God, right? Everyone is God. Not that everyone is a God. We are the God. We're all connected to the same consciousness. We come from these DMT. They take DMT and they become communicative with these light body people, and yet these were isolated experiences. Even before we understood what would happen, a lot of people had these. But and then we acknowledge this, and then we're all connected to the same consciousness, the God consciousness. We have like basically an unlimited potential and access to a lot of information and energy. So we can pretty much do, I guess you'd say godly things, but yet we're expected to just be like little bitch asses and not do shit whenever some type of conflict or challenge to our individuality or our ideals is presented. We're just supposed to just automatically take the other side and say, yeah, I'll do whatever you say. You know what? Just screw it. I'm done. That doesn't seem like a God to me. Does it to you? That doesn't make any fucking sense. If you're a God, you just do whatever the fuck you want. And I'm not trying to be like an egotistical, which is like, hey, that your ideas are just always superior to everyone else's. You don't acknowledge the other because they're automatically inferior. They couldn't know as much, but you just have to kind of acknowledge the fact that when you have enough information and research, or a lot, maybe like years even, or years of experience in this aspect, you don't have to be a dickhead about it and like throw people down. But at least maybe if something feels like even right after that, to try and make sure that that idea can last. Because ideas themselves, although technically can't be, killed, the same way a soul is just kind of like recycled into a new idea, or can come back around. It still can be just like, it can be made to just go away or disappear. I mean, they could technically kill anyone that has an idea. That's happened in the past many times, like even when the Nazis burned a lot of books and stuff. And they just killed all the Jews. That's their most extreme example, probably the most prominent and easy to recognize. But that would, and it just seems like you can, if we're all God, we should be able to at least choose our battles, Like, can't we have some type of sovereignty towards our own liberty? Now it sounds like the Constitution. But like, isn't that why these events keep happening? Like, imagine if in the fucking American Revolution, they were like before, I guess, right before, they were like, yeah, you guys are right, you can just tax us whatever the fuck you want. We'll just be a little fucking bitch ass like worker slaves and just, pump the taxes up to fucking 39%. We don't give a shit. No, they didn't do that. They were like, fuck that, that's unfair. They realized that some things aren't good for the whole, or for the majority, or for society. Like, why the fuck is this thing being pushed that you have to, like, be a pushover pastor, like, little fucking peon that just everything that happens is okay because it's, like, God's ultimate plan. I mean, I guess, yeah, you could argue that everything comes in some type of way from God, but then at the same time, we have free will as individuals. So an individual right now can go around and just annihilate us all. Like, he could just launch all the nukes and just blow everyone up. And you'd be like, oh, well, that guy is obviously, like, God's ultimate plan. Well, no, that's just some fucking crazy asshole that probably has, like, schizophrenia, or let's say he has fucking, he's just a psychopath, you know, and he just wanted to do it and he thought it'd be fun. We don't have to fucking just submit to that idea. This motherfucker, just because he's one of the reflections of God, that's fine. No, you just, obviously, we have laws against that shit. We've accepted as a society, we understand the difference between right and wrong because of the extremity of the level of disparity of, like, how fucked up that is. And I don't know, it just doesn't seem like we are taking any type of responsibility if we just fucking just bend our knees. Like, they're like 300. Like, if the fucking the Spartans just submitted to everything that the other side wanted, then there would have been no fucking epic movie or tale. It's been a bunch of fucking crybabies being like, oh, okay, good. Don't attack us, we're gonna have as many people. There's fucking that. We're gonna get fucking 300. Or I guess it was a little bit larger than the real tale. It was more like 3,000. But still, versus like an army of like 1 million. And they held them off long enough for the other factions to unite, because they were also like, yeah, we shouldn't fucking have to be afraid of these dumb pieces of shit Persian, like, army. Like, why don't we just fight for what we think is right, which we know in our hearts is right? Because obviously you shouldn't just fucking rape, pillage, and burn down everyone and strip them of their dignity and destroy them just because you want to fucking control everyone and make them, you know, fucking give you unnecessary amounts of wealth. But, like, nowadays, that's, like, seen as, like, or at least in that ideal, is fucking stupid. To put it in plain English. Plain fucking English with a fucking F word accentuated. Why do we have to be a bunch of dumb dipshits that can't acknowledge what we know in our hearts is true? That's so ridiculous. Like, I've been tested to some extreme levels. I won't get into it now, but let's just say I've experienced some godly things, and I've chosen to pick whatever battles I want. And I'm not trying to stroke. I just acknowledge my own soul power, my own God connection, and I just chose, you know what, I'm just gonna fucking get out of this shit. I don't want to fucking have to deal with this right now. And I fucking made it out. So, I don't see a problem with that. I don't feel like, oh, well, I shouldn't have fucking resisted it. It would have been a good time. Like, well, maybe I wouldn't fucking be around telling you this right now without telling you about it. So, I guess the main takeaway is, how much are you willing to have them take away? How much are you willing to just give away? Like, if it's in your own power. I mean, obviously, if it's not, then yeah, it's fucking, you don't really have a choice. You might as well surrender to it and just kind of try and enjoy it anyway. You got you fucking tied up, fucking bravehearted, whatever. But I just think, as long as we acknowledge the ultimate power within, which is a peace and a manifestation of love and intelligence and stability, some type of fluidity, and absolute energy, eternal beingness, consciousness, witnessing a different form, and that we connect to that in our deepest core of our center, and we be that as much as we can. We try to just interpret that, because it's obviously going to get mixed in our own human emotions and intelligence and or feeble intelligence, you want to say. That's kind of insulting to their own brain. At least then we'll know that we are doing something as God intended, not just free will, egotistically, like processing through a meat machine to be as greedy and envious and jealous and sick and demented and torturous and angry and fucking nasty and just disgustingly evil and just horrid towards ourselves and our mentality, I guess, and just other people, just in the fact that we're afraid of scarcity and that there's a limited amount of energy and abundance to go around. Then, if we reverse that, then there's unlimited potential, because you need people to fucking succeed, and you need community to feel good, accomplish things. But at least then you can fucking be all you can be, but not in the army. I think that's the takeaway for today. I hope I didn't scare you. Fucking keep on knocking them boots loose. Yeah, I would just, no matter what happens, even in your greatest fears or greatest imagination, or even something you just never imagined would happen, just always know that you have an option. That I don't think God would have created a universe in his own liking or making, where he didn't think, well, what if this happens? Then I have absolutely no option whatsoever. Well, I mean, I don't think that's like really the majority of the universe. I don't think you would have calculated it down to that mention of fact if you're just going to get fucking screwed over all the goddamn time. Or the goddamn time. Because goddamn itself. So generic. Just used to say that. Bible studies. But, yeah. If you agree, please just share this video, and we'll get the fucking mental revolution popping, right? Or the soul revolution. And I hope to connect with you as a powerful fucking creator and supporter of consciousness, and not just a kind of like a demeaning resentment or faulting to its power. I hope you realize something is greater is going on, and that you can tap into that project of conscious evolution and being a great supporter of good vibes, breath, and a new way of living and seeing yourself as a super soldier of love. Just maybe the extreme opposites. You can do both. It's not a problem for you as long as you're doing it for a good cause, right? You gotta be really good, but be careful that you're not fucking too much shit up. Alright. Love you. Bye, boo.